Hi guys, today we're going to do something a little different with a voiceover. This is going to be how to open your unemployment claim. I'm going to try and walk you through everything. First, you're going to go online, computer or phone, doesn't matter. You're going to go to uiclaimsportal.ky.gov. Once you're there, it's going to take you to the ID.me sign-in. You'll click on sign in with ID.me. You're going to use the email address that you used when you initially set up your ID.me account. You can't randomly pick an email here, so use whatever they sent you. There's also a CAPTCHA here. Don't use mine. It's going to be different on everyone. You're going to spell out what's in that box. Click sign in. Now you're going to reuse that same email again. You're going to enter it into this box. Then you'll go down here and click continue. Now you're going to enter the password that you used with ID.me. Click continue again. It'll give you the option to prove your identity either through a text or through a phone call. I like to use the text. I think it's easier. Make sure your phone number's right. Click continue. Now it's going to send you the text. You'll enter the 6-digit code that they sent you right here in this box. Click continue again. This is just telling you that you are verifying your identity. Click yes. All right, now we're at the main screen. On this main screen, you've got the options of payment request, which we normally use, file a claim, withholding status is on here, and so is document upload. Withholding status we shouldn't need because it's going to be in there when we file a claim, and the document upload, that's going to be later on if one of us gets audited. You won't need it right now either. So we're going to go over here and click on file a claim. Now the first screen is just explaining to you what information you're going to need: social security number, date of birth, complete mailing address including zip, phone number, and if you're not a U.S. citizen, the registration number. On the right you see the business company names and all of that, but we don't actually have to use that when we open this claim, so take that with a grain of salt. You'll come on down here, you'll click next. Now this screen is going to explain to you the period that they use to figure out what wages you qualify for, as well as your benefit starting date and end date. Click next. This question is worded really weird, but basically, unless you have another job, they're asking if you have worked since you left Ford. The answer is going to be no. Click next. Verify that all of your personal information looks the way that it should, that you don't need to change anything there. It's going to ask if you've got a disability. Click no. Click next. This screen should be pre-populated, but just make sure that your address looks correct and mark whether or not it's a P.O. box. Click next. It's only going to ask this question for out-of-state residents, Indiana, Ohio, whatever. But if you get the did you commute to a job in Kentucky and you live out of state, you're going to click yes and click next. These questions are going to look familiar. These are the non-separation questions. Is there anything that prevents you from working full-time? No. Are you currently attending school or a training program? For most people, that's going to be no. Do you have physical and or mental conditions that prevent you from seeking and or accepting full-time work? That should be no. Are you self-employed or receiving commission from any other business venture? For most people, that's going to be no as well. Are you a business owner or an officer in a corporation? I don't know of any that we've got. The answer there is going to be no. After separation, have you or will you receive any additional payment other than your last paycheck? This is for people that are getting separated and getting stuff paid out from their company as they leave. The vacation payout that we get in June will not apply to this, so you can answer no on this as well. The next one, are you employed as a professional athlete in an organization and only work during sports season? That should be no for everybody. Are you an employee of a school or educational institution that is currently on a scheduled break? That's a no. The last one asks about crew members of water transportation. That's no. Click next. This question's asking if you have a pension from a previous employer. What's important to note here is that it asks from October 1st of 2023. So if you have a military pension from decades ago or a pension from a job you had prior to coming here that was before 2023, you're still going to answer no on this one, and then click next. The first question on this page is asking if you've applied for or received workers' compensation since October 1st of 2023. If you've gotten workers' comp in the last 2 years, you'll need to answer yes to this one. For the majority of the people in the plant, the answer to this question is going to be no. The next question, and you don't want to miss these, do you want 10% of your weekly benefit amount withheld for federal income tax? I 100% recommend clicking yes on this one. Do you want 4% of your weekly benefit amount withheld for Kentucky state income tax? I recommend clicking yes there as well. Click next. This is where you're going to tell it what payment method you want. You've got two options here. You can choose debit card or you can choose direct deposit. If you do debit card, it's going to be that U.S. bank card. I believe they've got branches inside of Meyer where you can withdraw money. And if you want to go that option, you can. It's not an issue. But if you've got a bank and you're able to do direct deposit, that's going to be the easiest way. And that's what I'm going to show you here. So I chose direct deposit. Now we're going to click next. This screen is going to have you put in your routing number and account information. On the routing number, you have to use the picking tool. Don't try and type it in. If you type it in there, it's not going to work right. Click the picking tool and take your routing number from the bottom of your check. That's going to be the first number on the bottom. You're going to want to enter that in. I'm using Auto Truck's routing number here, so if you need it, you can use this number. That is correct. Click go, and it should pop up, and it should recognize your bank, and it won't just do that with Auto Truck. If the bank looks right, click OK. Next thing you're going to do is come down to the next box and enter your account number. I'm not going to show you mine. Then you're going to come down to the next box and you're going to re-enter your account number. Once you're done with that, you're going to click the final box and it's going to be account type, checking or savings. Just use whichever applies to your account. Mine is a checking account. Now we're going to click next again. This screen is just explaining to you that you're responsible for your payment method data. Click next. This is your rights and responsibilities. You guys have seen this a million times. When you go to request a check, you can read through them if you like. Click next. This is the rights and responsibilities screen. You need to put your initials in there. This is essentially you signing that you understand your rights and responsibilities. Click next. You got one more box up here to put your initials in, and this is 2-letter initials, so don't use your middle, just first and last. This next box is explaining the waiting week and telling you that you have to do the work search during the waiting week. Initial that one as well. And then finally down here at the bottom, this is where you'll actually put in your full name, middle initial, and last name. Fill those boxes out, click submit. And there is your confirmation page. Now, I do recommend, it's got your name, your reference number, your file date. It also tells you the soonest that you can request a check. It also gives you the call-in number down here, but I think most of our folks already know that, so we won't dig real deep into that. I will tell you, it says please print this page in all caps. That is a very good idea. If something happens that you need your reference number or whatever, you can click the button up there. You can choose to print it to PDF, which is going to give you a file you can save, or you can choose your printer and print it out in paper, however you like. If you're on a cell phone, you can screenshot this page. After that, you're just going to click the home button. It's going to take you back to the main screen. I did not show it here, but I would click log out up on the top right.